the hole and the conductor pipe is set. And then this conductor rig goes away, okay? The second phase is an air drill rig. And I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about this, but the air drill rig drills the surface casing portion and the intermediate string portion of the hole. So there are two casing strings that are drilled and set by the air rig. So that's the surface casing and the intermediate string. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And then once the intermediate string is set, that rig goes away. And we hope the time frame is short, but sometimes it's not. But after that comes the horizontal rig. It's a lot more horsepower. We've got specialized equipment. We've got specially trained people who operate that rig. Not that people can't go back and forth between rigs, but this one is for drilling the remainder of the hole, which is the horizontal lateral that strings out 4,500 feet to sometimes 7,000 to 8,000 feet. So this is the vertical portion of the hole. Is this still fairly viewable in the back? So this is the vertical portion of the hole here. And this is what we call the horizontal. We call this the toe, and we call this the heel. It's like a foot. So the conductor pipe is a very shallow pipe. Excuse me, it's placed here. And then that rig goes away, and then this is air drilled across the freshwater aquifer. We set the surface casing a minimum, I believe it is 50 feet below the freshwater interval. That casing is set into the well. Cement is pumped down the inside of it. It comes up the outside, and it bonds between the hole and the casing. So you provide a seal between the hole and the casing for that surface string. Then the intermediate casing is set, and the same thing. It's a smaller pipe. It goes inside the surface casing. It's run down, cement pumped down it. It comes up the outside all the way to the surface, and it's set, and you're ready to drill on. So now you have, don't consider the conductor pipe a protector. It's just a starter pipe. But the surface casing and the intermediate casing, combined with the cement jobs, are barriers between the borehole, the inside of the well bore, where the production is going to be coming, and there's another pipe that's coming also that I'll tell you about, but between those pipes and the environment. Okay, so Shell has a two-barrier policy worldwide, whether it's drilling wells and the lateral barrier aspect of it, also the vertical barrier aspect of it. So you'll see on our trees, you'll see two master valves, you'll see two wing valves, you'll see two of matching of everything. And it's the double barrier policy that we have, that we carry with us all the way around the world, everywhere we go. And it's worked very well. Then we drill, starting here out of the intermediate casing, we drill this horizontal lateral. And this horizontal lateral can be, this says up to 9,000 feet. Certainly it can be. We're drilling them here in Tioga, 4,500 feet or so, and we're hoping to drill longer laterals. Okay, so up to 7,000 feet, 8,000, maybe 9,000 feet. So when you drill them longer, you get a smaller footprint impact because you're drilling less wells for the same resource withdrawal. Okay, so we can talk about that if you'd like, if there are questions about that later. Once we get this drilled, I'm going to talk a little bit about completions because this is the best drawing that I have. We start here with the frac treatment. So I guess I didn't set the casing, I'm sorry. So then we run the production casing. We have surface casing, intermediate casing, then production casing, which runs inside of both of those and all the way down to the toe. We cement it all the way back to surface. So now you have three barriers: casing, steel casing, and cement. Okay, so the production comes up that production casing, or in many cases, and moving forward, it's going to be more up the production tubing. So there will be another barrier of sorts with the production tubing between the borehole and the lateral aspects of the subsurface. So once we've got the production casing set, we come in here and we perforate this first zone. And we fracture stimulate that, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail in a minute. We fracture stimulate this, we set a plug, we perforate this, we fracture treat it, set a plug, perf, frac, plug, perf, frac. We do this up to 15 times. So it's a progression from the toe all the way to the heel, and then we come back when we're finished with all of that. That drilling rig, the drilling rig is gone, the completion unit is there to do the stimulation, the frac treatment, and the perforating. We come in and we drill all those plugs out, and the well's ready to produce. So I'll kind of go over a little bit of that again.